Yo, what's going on? It's Terrell, Hall of Fame, D-Line, TBKC, and all that sweet, beautiful, wonderful shh. Let me say something. We're going live here shortly, and y'all will see that set up, but I want to say this. I got calls this morning. I got a million messages this morning, and really it's just a thank you for y'all support type of thing. You know what I mean? Life been lifing. So it's already not been the greatest of month here, last month and a half. But, we getting through it. I had some great support from some great friends, and that's, that always gets you through. But I tell you what, a brother called me this morning. He did some other things. I won't say what he did, but called me out of nowhere, man. It really, really touched me. I won't go into his last name, but brother Mike from North Carolina hit me up. And it was early, 7:30 in the morning. He said, bro, you don't know me, but I just want to reach out to you and tell you to keep doing your thing. And I have some understanding, you know what I mean? And I was like, okay, I was listening. I'm not going to lie, I was listening because I still didn't know where he was coming from. And he said, you've given me a lot of information on the American Bully Breed through your page. He said, check your Cash App. I sent you a small donation. And he said, more than anything, I just want to tell you to keep pressing because I've noticed a pattern. And he said, and I'm calling to apologize because I fell into the politics of this game for a minute. And the conversation goes on. I'm going to try to make it smooth. And then I'm going to tell y'all what I want to tell y'all. But, he told me something that brought me back to my brother from Canada, had told me a couple days ago. Well, like last week. And he said, I seen them when you brought up the unhealthy dogs, the breathing issues. He said, I seen you bring up the breathing issues. And he said it was a week-long slander campaign. He was like, a lot of it I could see through the BS immediately. He said, but they just kept going and kept going. He said, then I saw, you bring up the dog biting cases and the way that people were being killed by these dogs in certain kennels, and that it was time to stop breeding this. He said, boom, the slander campaign goes back, 1 million live videos about you personally and this, that, and the other, and telling this and telling that. He said, and once again, even in those videos, I was like, that didn't make sense, and I'm paraphrasing. So then he was like, this UK thing comes up, and this was the funny part, because he said, I told my wife, I'm going to make a bet with you. He said, this man is starting to talk some real shit about this situation. Guys are being caught in lies. He's touched on this situation, and he's going hard on this situation. He said, watch the slander campaign start up immediately. And his wife was like, it can't be that obvious. He said, so me and my wife had a friendly bet. I either take her to dinner or, she cooked my favorite meal from scratch, which includes pies and all kind of shit. And I said, all right. And I'm just listening, I'm laughing, and he said, bro, they didn't even make it 5 days from the time that this thing started, And he said, I say all that to say this. He said, whenever you on the right path and you trying to do something that's in the right manner, the devils is going to reach out to you. The devils is going to latch on to you. The devils is going to try to discredit you because they can't discredit your word. He said, I've been watching you now for the better part of a year, and I watched all the old videos, and he was like, bro, they never want to talk about your word. It's always the craziest attempts to try to discredit you, And we went into things, you know what I mean? And like he told me, he said, I don't feel, he told me he didn't feel bad or in any kind of way, about when I said I keep my gun with me. He said, bro, you got people up here that's going so hard and looking at old videos. He brought up all the shit, you know what I mean? He's like, it's like people is obsessing with you. He's like, what man is looking back 8 years old to take clips out of videos and making video after video? He said, and y'all don't even have nothing personal. He said, all of this shit is weird, but he said, what you doing is, and and I'll skim over some of the conversation. He pointed out what I've been said is that, I'm hurting people because they ain't about the right thing. I'm talking about the health of these dogs. I'm talking about the temperament of these dogs. I'm talking about the lack of participation by the registry other than to collect money to, put this breed on the right track. When I talk about these things, they want to come at me in a certain kind of way, and I used to argue, I used to get mad. Now I just sort of look at them strange because I see how weird it is for grown men to take this much time into another man. But that was the best conversation, and he told me to let everybody know. Mike said let him know. He said, I'm sending my deposit over, them dudes. He said, I feel you. He said, I done did enough research. I done talked to people who done got dogs from you. We good. You know what I mean? He said, I want to rock with something real. So y'all, thanks for the promotion. But I will say this, man, y'all gonna see this thing get deeper. And the one thing I ask y'all to do, because some of y'all got a lot of love for me. Some of y'all got a lot of love, a lot of respect. Y'all show me a lot of love. You know what I'm saying? And I don't want y'all to ever get to the point to where y'all get into it with these clowns, man. It's a clown show. Y'all smart enough to see it now. Not to say y'all was dumb before, but y'all see that what it is every time I bring up a hot topic or whatever, they won't address these topics, but it starts to be this weird shit. And I'm glad that a lot of men and women are seeing it for what it is. I ain't never asked none of y'all to buy no dog from me. You really don't have to. Most of y'all can't qualify to buy the dog from me, and I'm not talking about money. I'm talking about you as a dog man or a dog woman. But at the end of the day, I want to push these topics because every time these topics come up, they change the topic. I don't give a fuck if y'all don't like me. I never gave a fuck if y'all don't like me. God bless me. God made me. I'm not caring about what a man has to say. I don't care. But when it comes to these dogs, I care. I care about the health. I care about the situation that the breed is in. I care about the BSL bans that are looming over our head and all the other bad situations. And that's what I jump on here and I talk about. I criticize the ABKC and Dave's involvement in everything because it greatly affects our breed. I don't get personal about anybody because that is irrelevant. If we're going to get personal, we can get personal personally. But this dog thing, don't y'all never let them change the narrative. Y'all don't have to defend me. Y'all don't have to talk about the good business I did with you or none of that. I love y'all for jumping in on that shit. But at the end of the day, let's keep this narrative. What about the dogs? But I'm going to jump on live, man. I got a lot to say, and we're going to get down with the get down. So let me get a little bit of protein in my yeah, I got to stop her in the store. And let me get this protein in my system, and we're going to do what we do, man. I'll see y'all in a minute. Much love. Peace.